On this episode, we change these drum brakes off this Ford F-250, figure out what this is, and we take this thing for a drive down some country roads to hopefully get some gas. So let's go. Obviously we can't do anything without taking off these wheels, so let me zip these things off real quick and we can get started. So just letting you guys know ahead of time, my dad did already take these things off once when I was changing out the transmission, so it's going to be a little bit easier to take these off than normally it is. But to take these things off easy whenever you're going to get to them, there's a little hole in the back at the bottom where you can usually fit a screwdriver in there. You'll see a little gear, and what you do is you click the gear forward or backwards. You'll figure it out as you're going. But what that does is it loosens the brake shoes off the side of the drum, which relieves pressure, so you'll be able to slide this off. My dad did tell me that it was pretty bad in here, so let's see just how bad it is. Oh man, that does not look good at all. Oh my. Oh, jeez. Well, alright. Let me show you guys what we got. Okay, so off the bat, when I opened this, the shoe on this side fell completely off. And there's no brake pad left on it. Where'd that go? Also, here's one broken spring. Oh, here's the rest of that spring. Here's another broken spring. And it looks like there's been a fire in here or something. There's so much just crud all over the place. All right. Now let's check the... Wow, this is really bad. Okay, let's see this part here. Yeah, there's a big lip. Good thing we got new ones. It's really in there. Well, okay. So this is all messed up in here. So what I'm going to do is just start taking stuff off, and then we'll go from there. A little earlier I told you guys how there's like a little gear that's at the bottom of these drums at the back. This is it. It looks a little bit, you know, really crusty. So I'm gonna try to clean this thing out a little bit to at least make this look new-ish. That's probably good enough. There's like a screw on this side. Take the screw out right here. Get all the crap that's inside of there out. This is the brake shoe adjuster, right? I think that's probably what it's called, or something similar to that. But what it is it sits in the bottom. It has this little lever at the bottom where it starts ticking it, and how this thing opens and closes with a screw. It'll start pushing the brakes either closer together or farther into the brake drum to pretty much adjust the brakes that you're running. This is pretty cool. All right, I have most of the stuff out from in here. As you can see, pretty clean. Everything's pretty much out of here. This big lever right here is the e-brake. I have to fix one of the things down at the bottom a little bit, but yeah, now let's see if we can figure out where all the rest of the stuff goes, because there's a bunch of springs that go in here, which are all broken here at the floor. Bunch of broken parts, so I really don't know where any of them go. So I don't know, let's figure this out. All right, let's dump this out right here on the ground because I have nowhere else. So we have these two big ones. So let's see if it is how I think. There's two green. So maybe there's one green, two red per side. Probably. This is probably what I need. Alright, let's mock this up. Let's see if we can figure it out. And I know you guys are probably all screaming at me in the comments like, oh, hey, stop, don't do it like that or whatever, but come on, I'm just learning how to do this. Calm down. It'll be fine. Hopefully it'll be fine. Okay, this looks like it should go here because it's rounded up here, it's rounded there, and right here is where these things would attach to, or where they would slide into. So that looks right. And I know these things are the ones that hold them in. So then this comes in from the back. That. And this holds it in, maybe? Okay, so there's got to be some sort of spring that goes from here to there that holds it in. Because that's what I was messing with earlier. There's a spring that looked like this. I think it's got to be like this. Let's see if that would make sense in here. Maybe like here. Yeah. Damn it. As much as I don't want to admit defeat, I'm going to need to look this up. Okay, after looking online, I think these are spares or for different things. This one is the one that covers up that little back hole where that sprocket thing that I was telling you, that gear. But this, I think, is the overall way that it's supposed to go. These little pins right here go from the backing plate through it. These springs hold it in place. As the wheel cylinder pushes these out, these springs help pull it back in. Same thing with this one. It'll just kind of like keep it where it's supposed to be. So I think this is how it's supposed to be, at least from all the diagrams that I found. So let's try to put this over there, see if it works. If it doesn't, then, you know, I'll just roll the truck into a tree, or I don't know. Let's go figure this out. Alright, well, let's see if this works. First, I gotta put these things back in, which are super dirty. The wheel cylinders are still pretty good, so I mean, maybe they were leaking. You know, it actually looks like they are leaky, but I'm not gonna worry about that yet. I'm gonna let future me figure that out. There are these mounting surfaces on here, like here, there, here, and there's some down below it. That's where you would put anti-seize or anti-brake squeal stuff, whatever. So then this thing, whenever you're driving down the road, doesn't make so much noise. Let me get that. Some came with the kit. And of course, it's not going to open on its own. Why do they make this so hard?
Okay, there we go. I got it. All right, so let's squeeze some in this part here, some there. Squeeze some in here. Pretty much everywhere that it looks like the brakes were touching it, squeeze some. Okay, so we're gonna put this little bent nail thing back through here. Now we're gonna put the brake shoe here. And what holds it together is this spring, because this part goes right here. Okay, round 3, let's do it again. Jeez, I can see why they changed the disc brakes, man. Why are these so damn complicated? Alright, you know, screw this one right now. We'll put that one in after. I'm not about to take this thing off again, so I'm going to put this green spring in. This green spring goes across, and it connects here, and it connects it on the other side to this other one. So let me move this over a little bit, show you guys what I'm going to do. Same thing we're doing on this side. Feeds in, holds it. Now we have this one that seats into that hole that is not gonna reach. Come on, man. Why? You know what? Is this what that damn tool is for? Let me go get it. Alright, let's see. Maybe I can use this little hook thing. Alright. Round 4. Hopefully this is the right way. Okay, we got that side in. Got that little hook in. Now we need this hook to go here. Son of a bitch. Well, this is what you use this thing for. Which one of y'all were going to tell me that that's what that was for? Disappointed in all of you. Okay. Now let's see if this little tool can help us with this other piece. Okay, now this is the piece that I'm going to work on. One of this spring right here feeds into this hole, and then that hook goes onto the top of it. After cussing a fair amount on this side, I finally got this one. Let me see if I can show you guys how to do this one without me cussing so much. Yeah, this one's going to be a little bit more stuff in the way. So put this thing through here, seat it where it needs to go, and you find this bent nail looking thing, and then you just push this spring into the bottom of that. Okay, the way that I did it is with this side of this weird tool. Yeah, I remember on the forums when I was looking it up just now, people, instead of actually telling you how this goes, a few of them were actually just telling you how to find disc brake conversions. Probably because they were just as fed up as I was doing the front one, or the first one. There we go. Hey! And I didn't cuss that time. Alright, we got everything else on there. This part is what we need left. This is the self-adjuster cable thing, which I need this piece off of the old brakes.
So let's steal this off. These crusty old brakes. See if we can find that pin over here, which it's not. Okay, that's not good. Have to push the pin. So I can just hammer it out. Yeah, there it is. All right, we got it. All right, since you've made it this far, at the bottom of these, this little gear thing, you go. Right, so this side, the one with the screw, goes towards the driver's side, and then the other side is just like a plug. This one goes towards the back of the truck. That pin that we pulled out and we put back in over there, that is what holds this thing in. So the pin would sit right here. You would seat it in like that and it would slide up. This goes, this is how it's oriented. It's like this. And then it sits against the brake shoe, bending this up a little bit to keep tension down. And then you look for this, and this thing, if you see right here, this one's like kind of worn out, because this one actually sits right there. So let me show you how the entire thing looks like. It looks like this when it's in there at the bottom. So let me put that in and I'll show you afterwards. Alright, so I think I got it. Here's this green one that goes across, connects over here on this side. These little hooks coming from the back. These red ones connect them right there. Here we have the tensioner, or the thing right here. The other piece that I was telling you guys about, right here. Now, one thing you do have to notice, that pin came from the brakes over there. So did this thing, this little track that's back in there. You see it right there, that little loop? The loop holder thing right there? Those came from those brakes. When you first get these, examine the new brakes and see what stuff from the old brakes you need to move on to this one. This side didn't need anything. This side sure did. There was that little loop holder, that pin at the bottom. With that stuff, all you need is to put everything back together. I mean, I cussed a bit, but it wasn't too bad. I'm going to put my phone to charge, take a little break, and I'm going to start doing the other side. So I'll be right back. Here we are on the passenger side, and I mean, it's not that bad, but again, it's not too good either. So let's start taking things off. Oh, this one's broken. Let's see how much of this. Oh man, I think the cylinders are gonna be messed up. Really didn't want to change those. Yeah, that's leaky. That's very leaky. Well, first let's see what we can do with that. Maybe we can fix it. So that wheel cylinder is leaky. So I'm gonna do the right thing, and like Derek Beery always says, I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. I'm just gonna keep on going. Oh, there's a puddle of it down here. Oh man, this is gonna suck. If you're gonna do it right the first time, or just do it like me and don't do that. So let's get these things sort of cleaned off a bit, especially this. Look at those, like the threads on that. You can't even see it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some wheel cylinders, but not right now. That's gonna be a problem for future me. And the good thing about leaving problems for future me is that future me never gets here, because it's always present me. And then
later on I'm going to be all mad whenever these things don't stop, or it's going to be all leaky and losing pressure and things like that. All right, let me bring the other brakes so we can put this pin and these things onto the brakes that needs to go wherever. Okay, I went to get the other brakes because remember how on the other one we had to pull this pin off and this little thing to be able to put the self tensioner wire in. Well, I went and grabbed the other set. It has one on it and the pin. I was like, oh cool, so I guess these ones did. This side has that too. Why would you package the same sides in one? Why wouldn't you put this package the whole side? Like the... Now, God, now I have to take these two out, right? One of these goes here. One of them is on the other side, so I have to take one of them off of that side and move it this way. That doesn't make sense. Why would you put... These are both the rear ones. So why would you put both of the rear, like, brake shoes in one package? What? Why? It makes no sense to me. Maybe it's my autism brain, but that doesn't make sense. That's just... That doesn't make sense. Alright. So, if you're the guy who did this, man, I hope you get stuck in traffic, because that is dumb. We found a problem. We know the solution. Let me just go in and do that real quick. Give me a sec. So I took this one off of the other side. This one is one that goes to the front, I'm guessing. Since this cable is on this back side, one of these goes back here. So it goes like this. So now that we have these two here, let me go put this one back on the other side where it belongs. That side, yeah. One of the sides is not even there anymore.
¿Cuánto tiempo crees que la trajeron sin breca?
I don't even know.
Imagínate, no está de madrear.
Yeah.
Eso sí te remadrea, pero...
Pretty bad.
Sí, pues para andar ya calentando hasta... Tiene la chancla está quemada ya tiro.
Yeah.
All the way.
These ones are not bad, pero tampoco they're not that good. But that side's real messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Let's try the rotors. Or the drums, I mean. Okay. I'm gonna put the wheel back on here on both sides, and I'll be right back. I think we got it. Let me see if we did. I think there's gas in here. Maybe not. There we go. It's reverse, dang it. There it is. And slam on the brakes. I mean, it's not slam on the brakes, but it got brakes. Let's go this way. Check the fluids. Everything looks good. I added some more gas because sadly we're not going to be able to go to the store. It's kind of far and there's cops out here. Really don't want to get the truck taken away. Let's just drive it around the country roads and see how it drives. Hey, seat belts. Alright, this looks like it's not going to do anything, but for the looks. Right, here we go. Hey, boy. All right. Made it down the street. So we're gonna put gas in there. What was happening before was whenever we would pump it, the squirters, they weren't doing anything. So we're gonna put some fuel in it now and see if that does anything.
Vamos a ver. Ya, pues todo está viejo, pues.
It revved to
I kept it at like 3,000. And then as soon as all the fuel that you poured in there, as soon as it went out, died. That's the fuel pump. It's right there. So if we were to go from the top, you need to take this off. This, the power steering, all of this out just to get to it.
On the bottom, just the
oil filter?
No, the water hose, no?
Oh, it is, huh?
That's next to it.
Yeah, it's just the water hose down there.
Mm-hmm.
But if we just put an electric one? So really wasn't expecting for the truck to stop in the middle of the road like it did, but it did. After looking it over, we figured out that the fuel pump was probably the culprit. It seems very likely that that's what the problem is. So I'm gonna have to order that, and since I'm ordering some stuff, I might as well order the wheel cylinders in the back, because as you've seen, they are disgusting. They're probably gonna go out too, so might as well change those two. So since we're nearing the end of the video, here's your mental health moment. Let's say like you finally decided that you were gonna go to therapy, right? So when you go, they're not gonna fix everything all at once. Same thing as once we get one of these trucks, one of these old project cars, something like that, we're not going to fix everything all at once. What we do is we talk about stuff, figure stuff out, give you homework. Homework pretty much is after we figure out some of the issues, some behavior modifications that we can use, what we do is we give you that homework, and what that is you go home and you try it out. You give it for a test drive and see if it works. If it does work, keep doing it. If it doesn't work, then come back, let us know, and then we'll figure out some other stuff. Same thing with this truck, right? It wouldn't drive, transmission issues, clutch, whatever, the carburetor, whatever it was, right? When we first got it, we trailered it here. We looked it over, figured out some issues that was plaguing it. Now as we take it for a test drive, what other things can we see that are interfering with it driving around? And as we were driving around, we're like, you know, it's shifting kind of weird. Take a look at the transmission. Now it's like, hey, you know what? It's not really stopping that well. Check the brakes. Now it's surged and it's shut off. So now we know that it's the fuel pump. So now we're gonna look at that. So that's gonna be the same thing when you go. Talk about some stuff. Get some stuff off your mind, get some stuff off your chest, and then we'll look to see what issues are the most, what things in the way, right? What things that we need to fix to make sure that you're comfortable in your life and make a really good environment for you and your family. Once we figure out those stuff, then we can work on that stuff, and then we can keep going from there. If that works, cool. What I like to say is cautious optimism. It works, awesome. Now we'll just be cautious about our optimism, what can go wrong, and how are we going to prepare you for when that happens. Same thing with this thing. A lot of times when you have a project car, what are the things do you keep in the car? You keep a jump box, tools, a jack, because although you know it drives okay, decently, you know that you are cautiously optimistic of the stuff that you changed. Because you're still, you know, not trusting of it, you're still uneasy of it, and you know, if something were to happen, you're prepared. So it's pretty much what it is. It's really not that bad. It is some work. I gotta tell you that. It's not just you sitting there and talking to someone, it's a lot of work. But it's really worth it. Just like these cars. It's a lot of work to get these things back going, but it is really worth it in the end, right? Whenever you finally get this thing, you start the car and it's just revving just like you want it. That's what you look for. So we've done a lot on this thing, and also we've talked a lot about, you know, therapy and things like that. These are just things that I have in my head that I just wanted to talk to you guys about. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what mental health moment things you guys want to talk about. Put them in the comments below, and then I'll talk about them. I'll read through them and see what topics that we can cover on the next ones. So I'm sure you guys are kind of wondering, you know, what things are or what concepts and like different types of therapy, stuff like that. I'll look it over, I'll do some research, and we'll talk about it. Because as much as you guys are helping me fix these cars, I want to help you guys in the way that I can, and kind of the only way that I think that I know how is by passing on my mental health expertise to you guys. That way you guys have a better understanding of what that is. So after all this, I'm very tired. My dad promised me some ice cream over there. You're never too young for ice cream with your dad. So I'm gonna go have some ice cream with my dad. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Appreciate you guys sticking around this far. Appreciate you guys, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Be nice to each other, and see you guys in the next one. Remember, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. So I'll see you next time. Later.